You are watching the Contra channel, and it's again time for a Friday Flourish.
We're going to be adding a little spice to swing this week. We're going to be showing you how to do a spinout. It's an easy one. Once you get the hang of it, this is a really easy flourish to use. Great little thing to just pull out. The trick to it is, as you're swinging, when you're doing your butt step, you've got that you're giving each other weight. You're kind of pulling back a little bit, and I get a lot of connection with the follow right from this from my right hand. As you're coming around, all it takes is a little pull, and the follow will just spin around. A couple things to keep in mind. The most important thing is that the follow's left arm has to get out of the way. If you try to pull with that arm still in place, nothing happens and everything comes to a dead stop.
And further, if unfortunately the lead doesn't quite get that signal and keeps going, that can do not nicely to the shoulder and you end up with follows and slings.
Not a good thing, don't do it.
No, it's not a lot of fun.
One of the things that I've done to help get the signal of getting this left arm out of the way is that as I'm about to lead into it, I usually duck to get my head underneath that arm.
The other nice thing about this particular flourish is that the follow, if you're dancing splinter, if you have a partner with whom you tend to trade off leads with, the follow can actually lead this. Probably the easiest way to signal it is in the middle of that ballroom hold. I tend to kind of firm up my hold a little bit and firm up my frame so that he kind of knows that, hey, he's got to know that, hey, I'm going to do something and, you know, this is possibly going to be something you should pay attention to. But basically the trick when you're doing it as a follow is after you have that nice firm frame, basically about halfway through the swing, you keep your feet and then kind of let him keep going. And then you catch him again by putting your head in the middle of his shoulder blades, and then you kind of continue along. So it ends up looking a bit like this. So therefore, you can have either the lead or the follow do this particular flourish. The thing that I should caution you about, though, is that it will take a little bit longer than you think it's going to. It takes longer than a lot of the other flourishes that we've shown you, which also means that you need to be very careful to make sure that you and your partner are in the proper place for the next move.
As a general rule, if you're doing spinouts during the swing, you're almost assuredly not going to have enough time to twirl the partner out of the swing at the same time. You're going to get one or the other before it's time for the next figure.
This is also a move that probably isn't terribly appropriate for very, very short swings in dances.
When you get it worked out and it's all put together, it'll look like this. This has been the Contra. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much for joining us.